Hi guys, how's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in and see this day or night. So this is going to be a general reading for Earth sign Taurus for September 1st through the 16th. It is a general reading, so it can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you. And that's why I always encourage everybody, if you haven't yet already done this, to get a free birth chart online just by Googling it, finding out your other placements like your sun, rising, moon, and Venus placements, for instance. Okay, even if you don't have your exact birth time, you can still get a pretty good, birth chart for free. It's just by Googling it. All right. So also wanted to say that even if you're not a sun, rising, moon, or Venus Taurus, this reading may resonate for you as well, as we all have all 12 signs usually, spread throughout our birth chart. So anyway, we're going to get into your reading here in just a second here, Taurus. I want to go over a couple astrology notes for this time period that's general for everybody. So if you're not watching the live, I will put a timestamp later of when the actual tarot reading starts, in case you've watched some of the other videos from this series. Okay, and I also wanted to say too, real quickly, that all the videos that I do are timeless. So for instance, for some of you guys, this reading could resonate, let's say 6 months in the past, 6 months in the future, a year in the past, a year in the future. Okay, it really just depends on what's going on. So that's why there's that quote in the title that says timeless. Okay, so that let's go forward. Why I started there. So we only have a couple astrology notes for this time period. So on September 6th, there's the new moon in Virgo, right? And I mentioned before, if you've seen me before, welcome back. If you're coming back, and if you're new, welcome as well. Both are important. Some people like to do the manifestations or magic on the full moon, the new moon, or the full moon, because I always said it wrong, but it really just depends, right? So the new moon, as it's growing to the full moon, some people like to do it then, but it doesn't matter. You do your magic and your manifestations whenever it feels right for you, because the intention is always the most important. All right. And then on September 10th, okay, Venus, which covers love and assets, is going to be moving into water sign Scorpio. Okay, so there could be some love themes or money or asset themes that coincide with Scorpio themes, okay, of secrets, creativity, death, not as in a physical death, but some kind of change, dramatic change. It could be the ending of one cycle, beginning of a new cycle, anything like that. Okay, so I could go on and on about it, but we're just touching on these things. You can also, look into like just Googling like what is Venus. When Venus is in Scorpio, what does it mean for me, or what does it mean for everyone? You can find all sorts of stuff out there. So anyway, moving forward, then on September 13th, we have a first quarter moon. And then on September 14th, Mars is entering into air sign Libra. So Mars is the ruler of Aries, and it is, the Greek god of war. Okay, so it can represent anger and frustrations, but on the more positive side, since it does represent Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, it's this dynamic, fresh energy, leadership qualities. Okay, so it could be that when Mars is entering into Libra, there could be frustrations, anger, leadership qualities, mixing in with Libra themes, okay, of equal give and take, balance, justice, and beauty. All right, so those are a couple things just to keep in mind. All right, what else are we going to say? Oh, yes. If you've been here before, you know the deal, but if you're new, I always take a picture at the end, right, of all of the cards, and I post it on my Facebook page in case you want to pull it up while you watch or listen or look at it in more detailed view. So if you want to do that, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions there. So yeah, we're going to do a quick little sound bell for some general healing and grounding for the reading. So even if you're not watching with headphones, just be aware it might be a little bit loud. I never know how loud it's going to be for you guys, okay? So if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out, or you can just listen, whatever you feel comfortable with. All right. All right, Taurus. And Hermes is coming down the stairs. I don't know if you heard my dog. Maybe he's a Taurus. He's a rescue. Okay, so I don't know his exact birthday. But he definitely could be a Taurus. He's a little stubborn at times because he's a Jack Russell too. But Taurus has other many wonderful qualities. Okay, so Hermes is a whole nother subject. He could be a lot of different signs. Okay. Anyway, Taurus, let's get into your reading here. So we're going to start with your first main 6 cards in the center and then work outwards to your confirmation tarot cards that I use another deck for. And then also, sorry, I have something in my eye. We're going to talk about what's on the top and the bottom of your deck here. Okay, so this first row is energy starting around September 1st, can be a little bit before, a little bit after, right? It's not exact. And then the second row is kind of the same thing, the second week and weekend of September. Okay, so we'll go ahead and call out your cards and then we'll go in order here. So Taurus, you have Prince of Cups right side up, 5 of Cups in reverse, the Sun right side up, 7 of Sacred Circles, or known as 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Swords upright, and 10 of Sacred Circles, also known as 10 of Pentacles right side up. All right. So yeah, starting off your reading here, we have this wonderful forward momentum energy. All right, this could be also some type of medium size communication that someone gave to you, or you're going to give to someone, or medium size opportunity from the universe as well. All right, with this guy on his fancy horse, right, charging forward. All right, so cups in the tarot represents our emotions. Okay, so it's also about finding what makes you happy, emotionally fulfilled, content, right? All of those things. All right. And it also is because he's a prince and not a king. It could be some leveling up energy here as well for some of you guys, but it is a general reading. But he's open to learning new things since he isn't a king yet. But he's also, there's some water really tiny in the background, learning to balance his emotions in a healthy way, you know, alongside of his intellect and intuition. All right. So really beautiful energy here, Taurus, to start your reading, your month of September off with. Okay. Now moving forward, you have the 5 of Cups in the reverse position. This is actually how you want to see this card, okay? Because it means in the recent past, maybe you yourself or another person you're dealing with, or your situation, organization, general environment, okay? Maybe somebody in the recent past was you know, only looking on the negative side or the downside, or not seeing that there's still people and situations that are more helpful to you, that are more high vibration to you and supportive of what you want to manifest in your life. And so when we see this 5 of Cups in the reverse position, this means that you are starting to really understand that and implement those positive changes into your life here. And this could be more towards the middle of that first week of September. It really just depends, right? It's not exact, okay? But that's how you want to see the cup. When it's right side up, this dude is crying over spilled milk or spilled wine in this case, okay? But there's still cups and people that want to help him, but he doesn't see it. So all he needs to do is change his perspective, literally turn around. So it could be that you did turn around, or someone that you're dealing with turned around, okay? But either way, it's really beautiful energy again here, Taurus, especially following your first card, the Prince of Cups. Now, going forward, your 4th card here, okay, can't get better than the Sun card, the brightest card of the tarot, right? This is all about inspiration, illumination, creativity, youthful energy. You know, and you see it here with this light, the sun hitting the top of the pyramid, okay, in Egypt, right? So this is just could be so many things for you. It could be that you are reaching a new level with a project, or at work, or a relationship, or with yourself. It really, you know, just depends. It is a general reading, but it's this youthful energy. It is forward momentum, positive energy. It's a lighthearted, cheerful, youthful energy. And it's so wonderful, right? So we could go on and on about it, but it looks like here, Taurus, your first week of September, you have some really good energy coming through for you. All right, so very nice. Okay, so then going forward here, there is a little bit of a bump in the road in your fourth card here, Taurus, but it's not horrible. It's not the end of the world, right? It's usually just some kind of warning or reminder. That's how I like to look at it, okay? But you have the Seven of Sacred Circles in the reverse position here. So this could be saying that for some of you guys, there was something with planning that was off, right? Either there wasn't enough planning or there was over planning. It could also be an evaluation at work or in a relationship that was off or wasn't taken well or wasn't well received or wasn't honest, however you want to look at it here. Okay, so normally when it's right side up, you see this like Native American depiction of, getting ready for fall, right? Getting the harvest and the food ready. Okay. So that's really kind of what the energy of this card is saying here. So, before we go forward into your fifth card, this is actually where my spirit guides wanted me to talk to you about what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck here. This is the one with the yellow border, the Llewellyn deck that I use. Okay, so don't you start, Hermes. Sorry, guys. Hey, Hermes. You. Okay. Sorry, I have to keep a little music sometimes, or they hear stuff in the hallways. Oh, I just saw a comment. Who is my future wife? Is it China or Biana? So yeah, Jacob, I could do like a mini reading at the end. If you want to stick around or come back, in like 20 minutes or something. But I usually just, you caught me in the middle of the reading, so I'm going to continue with the Taurus reading. But if you want to come back, I could certainly pull some quick cards for you. So yeah, back to what I was saying here, Taurus. When we talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, okay, this is past energy, recent past energy. And what is recent? Okay, it could be a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, months ago, or even years ago. Okay, and we're talking about this, in relation to the Seven of Sacred Circles in the reverse here. Okay, so what you have on the top is the Death card right side up, and you have the Two of Cups in reverse here. Hopefully you can see it without the glare. All right, so this could be saying here, Taurus, that in the recent past, there was some type of big change with the Death card, okay? Even though there's a lot of change going on for you, when you talk about death, it doesn't mean someone's dying. It means the clearing out of the old, making room for the new, right? So it could be, again, relationship, project, work, whatever, however it relates to you, okay? A dying of a cycle or a dying or changing of a philosophy or viewpoint, whatever it may be, okay? Now, when we're talking about the Two of Cups in reverse, it could be that there was some type of past union that was not divinely guided, or there wasn't an equal give and take. Okay, so possibly someone was giving too much, or someone wasn't giving enough. Okay, or it was just maybe more like lower vibrational frequencies, more lust energy, and maybe one of you was looking, if we're talking about love, right? Not everyone's watching this reading for love, okay? But maybe one of you was looking for more romantic love and less low vibrational love, okay? But it really just depends. Now, if it's a work partnership or even platonic love with friends or family, or even self-love, again, there's something off here where there wasn't high vibrational love or equal give and take in some way. And this could be why you had that little bump in the road or that stagnant energy, more towards the beginning of that second week of September here, where this evaluation of something is off or the planning for the future, all right? But let's keep going and see what else you have, because you still have some really good cards coming out. And I also wanted to say, Taurus, you have two repeating cards, in your reading here. So we'll go over that as it comes up. But that's usually, a special message from the divine to really pay attention to those messages even more than the others, because, there's usually 72 cards in each tarot deck, usually, right? Unless it says otherwise. But these two decks I'm using have 72 cards, so it's 1 in 72 chances that it's going to come out again, and it's really a message from the divine, okay, or your higher power, or guardian angels, whatever you want to call it, all right? but we'll get into that later. So your fifth card here is the Four of Swords in the right side up position. And you can kind of see this Japanese woman here trying to bury this sword. Okay, so when we talk about swords, this is anxiety, worry, overthinking, being too much up in your head. Now, when the Four of Swords comes up, it's also about putting something to rest, getting more rest yourself, or taking a break from a situation that could be stressing you out, okay? So when you see her bearing it, it's like she wants to bury the stress, but she also maybe wants to be done with the situation. So sorry about that. So you kind of have to see where you find yourself. Again, it is a general reading, okay? But it doesn't last for long, okay? Because if it is something that you are putting to rest, Taurus, that is for the best for you or for the group or for both people, right? Whatever it may be, okay, however you find yourself, look at that. Your sixth card in the main six is the Ten of Sacred Circles, also known as the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so this is a really abundant card. This is all about forward momentum again. It's about celebrations with friends or family. Okay, and in the way that it's shown in this deck, you see these little Native American huts, and it's during the full moon, right? So normally full moons are known for being very intense with like the celebration kind of energy, okay? And also it's about having more than enough, okay? So sorry, when we talk about pentacles, it isn't just money, right? Abundance can be different things. It could be having good health. It could be spending more time with friends or family. It could be starting a project, a business, whatever, a relationship, whatever it is for you, okay? But these people are almost getting into that hibernation mode, right? Because they're in their huts. It's clearly winter time with the snow on the ground, but they have everything that they need and they have each other. And this card is also about feeling a lot of support here. So this is really beautiful here, Taurus. This could be happening more for you towards the end of that second week of September, or even that second weekend, okay? It just depends, okay? But really nice, all right? So, I think now we'll get into the confirmation cards because, you actually have, just so you know, I normally do 3 confirmation cards, but this time 4 came out for you. So I took it, Spirit wanted it there, so I took it. Let's go ahead and call these out and then go in order here. Okay. So just make sure I have a little music, a little bit for the dogs. Okay, hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. I don't know what that music is, but whatever right now. Sounds like Christmas music. Maybe it means something to somebody. I don't know. Anyway, so we have 8 of Cups, right side up. The Sun in reverse, right? You have 2 suns. We'll get into that later. The 2 of Swords, right side up, and the 5 of Wands, right side up. All right. So when we talk about the first 2, sorry, my nose is driving me crazy, allergies, the first 2 confirmation cards, this is energy from the recent past, right? And so in the recent past here, Taurus, you yourself or the person you're dealing with or general environment situation needed to take a break and to walk away and find their own answers about something. It's very similar energy to the Hermit card if you're familiar with tarot, right? And so again, the cups represent that emotional fulfillment, contentment, what makes you happy, and try to figure out what your emotions are telling you or getting them more in balance, right? With the water, the beach in the background here as well, all right? But this confirmation card is coming in here and it's confirming the Prince of Cups right side up and the 7 of Sacred Circles in reverse, or 7 of Pentacles in reverse, right? So this is basically telling us that this break that somebody took possibly was very beneficial, okay, right? Because it led to this communication, this forward momentum, communication from someone or even from the universe, right? And getting control, again, of cups. These 2 are both cups cards, right? So figuring out what makes you happy or them happy and moving forward with that, okay? Now, when you talk about the 8 of Cups right side up along with the 7 of Sacred Circles in reverse, this is saying possibly if there is something off with planning, either over planning or not planning enough, or an evaluation of yourself or an evaluation that others do of you that maybe wasn't well received or was put on hold. It could be because somebody needs to take a break. Okay, it could be you, it could be the other person. Okay, or it could be your reaction to this planning for the future and this evaluation. It could be that your emotions kind of maybe made you not take it as well. Then you could have, or looked at it maybe too harshly or something like that. Okay, it really just depends here. But let's keep going and see what else we have. Okay. So your second confirmation card, again, past energy. This time, the sun is in the reverse position. All right. Now, I want to show it to you, not with the two cards that it confirms, but actually just side by side for a second here with the other sun card. Okay. So this is your first repeating card here, Taurus. So one is past energy, right, in the reverse. And then this is current future energy, right side up. Okay, so it could be in the recent past here, Taurus. You didn't have some type of enlightenment about something. You were struggling with courage or creativity or just forward momentum in general here, or you were lacking some type of youthful energy, playful energy in the past. Okay, but then we know that you get it back. Okay, so I just kind of also wanted to show you how the two cards are shown in different decks. Okay, sometimes you see a young man, or sometimes, oops, sometimes it's a baby. Okay, but that's like that youthful energy we were talking about. All right, so anyway, let's talk about it. Hold on, let me get that. Let's talk about that, in relation to the two cards is actually confirming. So the sun in reverse is confirming the Five of Cups in reverse and the Four of Swords right side up, okay? So this is basically saying that if there was some type of lack in the past of some type of enlightenment, spiritual download, aha moment, I understand something, youthful energy, playful, creative energy, courage, passion, that it was a catalyst. So you use that and you said, okay, that didn't work or that wasn't there in the past, but now I'm going to change that and I'm going to see life in a more balanced way and not just cry about, what's wrong, but actually, do something to make it better. That's kind of the energy there. All right. Now, when the sun comes in reverse here, and it's also confirming the Four of Swords in not in reverse, but right side up. This is basically saying that, possibly this past energy of denying this enlightenment, enlightenment can mean change, of course, right? Normally when I talk about enlightenment, I talk about it in relation to the Tower card, right, which represents dramatic change in some way, whether it's a big change or a small change, okay? But we're talking about it with the sun, okay? And so it could be that if you need to put something to rest here, Taurus, right, with what we talked about earlier with the Four of Swords in the right side up position, that it could just be the idea that you're denying enlightenment or change, or you're denying this playful, creative, courageous energy, and you know that that's actually not helpful, so you want to embrace it, okay? That's kind of how I like to look at it. All right. Now, going forward, we have your third confirmation card, the Two of Swords in the right side up position. So this is actually a little bit of past and future energies, okay? So here you see this woman with her arms crossed and she's blindfolded, right? And she needs to make a decision with her heart, okay? This is also a card that talks about opening your heart chakra in some way, or someone else, or the general situation, right? However you're watching this reading for, all right? And this is really coming in here, and it's confirming the sun, right side up, and the 10 of sacred circles. So if there is a decision that you need to make with the heart and not just the intellect, okay, or you're opening your heart chakra more, or they are the general environment situation, it leads to really positive things, right, on both sides. So here you have the sun, okay, we talked about that already, and then you have the 10 of sacred circles or 10 of pentacles, okay, youthful energy, abundance in both cards, for momentum in both cards, having all that you need, the support all around you, just light, the sun, beautiful, okay. Now, since you have that extra card, we're going to talk about it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out because I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, I guess you can. Okay, so since you had an extra confirmation card, your fourth confirmation card, this is where my spirit guides wanted me to talk to you about what's on the top and the bottom of your other deck here in relation to your last two confirmation cards. But yeah, I feel like before we go there, I kind of want to, I kind of want to talk about it with the Five of Wands first, with these, because it's the Five of Wands. Sorry, I'm not explaining it well. The Five of Wands is also confirming these two cards. So let's talk about that first. I get excited and then I get ahead of myself. So the Five of Wands is confirming the Sun upright and the Ten of Pentacles. So when we talk about the Five of Wands, again, this is could be a little bit of past energy, but also future energy. This is talking about planning again, but having this playful practicing energy with it. Okay, so first they look like they're fighting. The more you look at the card, you see that they're not fighting. They're actually planning something with the scroll here on the bottom, and they're practicing something for the future. This is also a very supportive energy. So it could be saying for some of you guys here, Taurus, the more that you rely on your support system, whatever it may be, friends, family, mental health care worker, whatever it is, okay, the more that you can get in that youthful, playful energy and not be so stressed out about this, planning whatever it is for the future. Ask others for help, okay? Have them role play, practice, whatever this future that you're working on, okay? Because this will, the more that you rely on your support system and you're open like that to learning something new or role playing or practicing with your plans for the future, then you can have more abundance and enlightenment and all those good things, all right? Okay, so now let's go real quickly to these last two cards, the tarot that we're talking about before we end it with your oracle cards. Okay. So when we, again, talk about what's on the top and the bottom of each deck, this is recent past energy and why certain cards have come out. And I just realized this goes like that. Okay. So in the recent past here, Taurus, you have the Lovers in reverse. And I do think that that came out in your last reading, if I'm not, I think I'm right about that. I know you either had Two of Cups last time too, and the Lovers, or maybe you had both, but it seems like a repeating theme for you. So I haven't had a chance or the time to watch your reading again. So if that is something of interest, you can always go back and watch it, right? But anyway, for everybody else, you know, this energy here is, you know, we're talking about these two cards from the past with these potential two cards about the future, right? Your last two confirmation cards. All right, the Two of Swords upright and the Five of Wands upright. Sorry, hold on. Commercial. I don't want it to get in the way. So, you know, real quickly, let me get your other Two of Cups. Remember how I said you had two repeating cards? I showed you the Sun, both of the Sun cards earlier. Now look at this. Two of Cups, okay? So one is past energy in the reverse, and then one is current future energy in the right side up position, okay? Just like your Sun card a little bit. So again, in the recent past, some type of union wasn't divinely guided, wasn't in the higher vibration of love, higher vibrational love, okay? So union can be romantic, work partnership, platonic with friends or family, or even union of different parts of yourself. But something with that was off here. Someone was giving too much, someone wasn't giving enough, okay, in that past energy. And also just it's cool to see how both the cards are depicted in different ways, right? But they're both giving each other their cup, right, or sharing their cup with the other person, whatever, okay? And, again, it's 1 in 72 chances that card will come out again, even if it's in the reverse position, not exactly the same. This is a message from Spirit to really pay attention even more to this message, okay? All right, so we'll put that back, and then we'll go here where we were before. Yes. Okay, so you have, sorry, I have a hair. You have your Taurus, the Lovers in reverse on the top of your deck, right? And then you have the Two of Cups right side up on the bottom, okay, in relation to your last 2 confirmation cards. So this is basically saying, again, that a union was off, right? The Lovers is very similar to the Two of Cups energy. So something wasn't an equal give and take in some type of union, whatever union it is for you, okay? But then despite that, there could have been a wanting on hopefully both parties, okay, of wanting to fix that, all right? And this could have even started in the recent past. This could be, for some of you guys, something that you've struggled with for months with a partner. Again, romantic, work, friends, family, etc. Years even, okay? So it's kind of like this back and forth energy. But when it comes up in relation to your last 2 confirmation cards, it's really saying, that, that someone needs to open their heart chakra more, or both of you do, okay? And again, it doesn't just have to be romantic, right? You can open your heart chakra and be more loving in a work partnership with the people you work with, or a creative project, or whatever, okay? There's so many different kinds of love, right? And then when it's also coming in with the 5 of Wands, it's like, yes, rely on your support system to help you with this union, okay? Whatever it may be, to help you open your heart chakra and help you have a little bit of a less serious stressing out about the future and a more playful practicing, okay? So that is really what I feel for you here, Taurus, regarding the tarot. All right, so I know we're almost over time or getting close, so let's go ahead and end it on something light and talk about some of your confirmation cards here. You actually got an extra one here too, so anyway, we'll take it right. So your first confirmation card is the Spiritual Dancer, okay? So it's continuous I always say this word wrong, circuitous route, perception, like a swirling of energy, a circular motion of energy, okay? And so I'm going to read really quickly just the little meditation here that goes with this card, just the last paragraph, okay? So it says, all relationships have a destiny. We were just talking about relationships, right? Whether it's with yourself, self-love, or platonic with friends or family, or a relationship, all of those, right? It says all relationships have a destiny. Each is a sacred teacher with valuable lessons to share, even if it appears that the two of you are dancing in different directions. All the steps are perfect, even when you may seem to stumble. The spiritual dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. Okay, so remember how I was saying too that for some of you guys, it could be for this union, this is something you've been struggling with, perhaps with a partner for a couple of months or even a couple of years, okay? But it's saying just basically that, learning isn't a straight line, and sometimes there are patterns, and sometimes depending on each person, you might have to go over the same things a couple of times. Okay, moving forward, your love oracle message, whether you're watching for love or platonic or self-love, right? You got finances and career. So it says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. All right. So check that out if it would focus. Sometimes it'll focus in my ring. Okay, it looks focused. I don't know why it looked, oh, there we go. Okay. So anyway, you can apply this to romance. Obviously, you can apply it to friends or family. If you're really focused on your finances, it could be that you're not aware enough with your friends or family, you're having enough time, or you're missing something, okay? And the same thing for yourself, for self-love. If you're too focused on your finances, career, you could be not taking care of yourself enough in some way. So that's something to keep in mind as well. All right, now your last two oracle cards here, and I went ahead and bookmark one of them. I switched it up this time, guys, and I've been using the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck here. All right. So the first one is really beautiful card. It's all about receiving, right? And you see this woman here, and it looks like she's blowing into a shell or something, but it's like this beautiful, talking about spirals again, right? Like the spiral energy going all around her. So I'll just hold it for a second and read you the quick little sorry, that was my cat. The quick little meditation that goes with this one. Okay. So it says, hopefully let's see. Okay. Say aloud, I release all false guilt and shame about having needs and all false beliefs about rest being wasteful or unnecessary. Yes, we were just talking about that with the self-love and the other card. I accept healthy, productive, sacred rest and the gifts of happiness that it brings. I understand that rest and the gifts of happiness. Oh, I just read that. Sorry. I understand that rest and activity balance, feed, and nurse each other. There is sacred healing that happens through rest, which is very powerful. I accept and receive this now through unconditional love. So now it is. All right. Very nice. And then real quickly, your very last oracle card, because your reading this time was like, we're going to add a whole bunch of cards. Okay. Here we go. All right. So it's really beautiful. This woman holding a light, and there's a sunflower in the background and lots of pretty stuff here. So let's talk about focusing on the light. And here we go. Okay. It says, imagine that a huge sunflower is following the sun from sunrise to sunset. Imagine a golden arc of light being created by gently moving the head of the sunflower. Okay. That arc of light flips upside down to become a vessel filled with golden energy that drips down like a rainfall of energy from a golden orb of the sun. Imagine you can bathe in the vessel of golden energy. Very nice. It feels good. Okay. Stay with that good feeling and let it settle in your heart. In your own time, open your eyes. You have completed the healing process. Okay. So, yeah, I just read the little meditation part here. There's usually this one has 3 pages of stuff. So, if you want to look more into it, you can look up the Sacred Rebels and type in the name of the card, and you might be able to read some of it online for free. But we're already over time, and that's too much to read. So anyway, that is your reading here, Taurus. Oops, I think I hit the table. So thank you so much, you guys, for your likes, for your shares, for your subscriptions. It really does help my channel. The more that you like the video, it circulates more and other people can see it. And if you want to subscribe, it is free. It's just like following someone on Facebook or Instagram, and it just notifies you when I put out new videos. So if you want to do that, you can just click on the bottom right on the bell icon and make sure it's blue and active, and it'll notify you. And also too, I started to remind myself to talk about this, but if you don't have it selected on your phone, your tablet, or your computer for YouTube to notify you when new videos come out to your subscriptions, even from other channels, it won't tell you until you actually sign into YouTube the next time. So that's something to be aware of too if you didn't already know. So anyway, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoy this time period, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then hopefully come back with Gemini in a little while. If you want to join me in that video too, you're always welcome. But if not, that's okay too. So I'll see you guys next time. All right, take care. Bye.